Hello scholars, it's Miss Sam reading with you from the Copper Queen Library Annex in San Jose. Today we're going to be reading Here We Are, Notes for Living on Planet Earth, written and illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. But before we start, I was hoping that you would join me on a little imagination exploration. I will be using my trusty Hoberman sphere today, and as always, you can join along with your hands, breathing in and out with the sphere. So let's find a comfortable position, and then once we do, let's get very, very comfortable. And then once we're ready, let's take a deep breath in, then exhale, and close your eyes. Today, I would like you to imagine that you are a rocket ship. And as a rocket ship, we are getting ready for blastoff. So if you could, count back from 10 with me. Take a deep breath in, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Our rocket ship is shaking as we lift off the ground, and out of our window we can see the mountains in the distance. They look pretty big right now, but as we get higher and higher in the sky, the mountains become smaller and smaller. We can see lakes, and now we can see entire cities getting smaller and smaller. We notice the ocean, and it's getting further and further away from us. We notice how the horizon looks so straight when we were on the ground, and as we get further into the sky, the edges of the horizon begin to curl around and get closer and closer to each other, starting to form a circle, when suddenly we burst through the clouds and we are in the atmosphere. And then we go further and further, and the sky starts to get darker and darker, and we start to see more and more stars. They twinkle, and then everything starts to get quiet because we are now in outer space. And the Earth, which was once so big, is now a much smaller, glowing blue circle. We sit and we notice how quiet everything is here in outer space. We think about all of our friends and family, all of the plants and the animals, and how from up here it all seems so little. We're sitting and we're thinking about this when we notice the earth starting to pull us back down with gravity. And as gravity is pulling us closer, the Earth gets bigger and bigger. The sky starts to get brighter and the stars fade away. We punch a hole back down through the clouds and we suddenly can see the ocean and the mountains so tiny in the distance. We get closer and we start to see the cities. And closer, and we're so close to landing. But our rocket ship is special because we just drift gently back down to the ground until we touch. And take one last deep breath in. Then exhale and open our eyes. Thank you for going on that imagination exploration with me. Did you enjoy outer space? What was most surprising to you? I liked watching the edges of the horizon come together until they were a circle. I thought that was very interesting. But now that we've gone on a little imagination exploration, let's start our book. Here we are, Notes for Living on Planet Earth. By Oliver Jeffers. Our solar system, one of a trillion, million, billion, jillion. Here we are, the Sun, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto. Probably not to scale this solar system. Well, hello. Welcome to this planet. We call it Earth. It is the big globe floating in space on which we live. We're glad you found us, as space is very big. There's much to see and do here on Earth, so let's get started with a quick tour. The planet is basically made up of two parts, land and sea. Land is rock and dirt, and sea is water. But sometimes on land there's also water, and sometimes in the water there's also land. Firstly, let's talk about the land. It's what we're standing on right now. We know lots about the land. Over here it's hot, and over here it's cold. This is pointy, and that's bumpy. This guy's flat. We're dry and hot, and then over here is wet. Then there is the sea, which is full of wonderful things. What do you see in the sea? An octopus? Do you see the shark? How about the whale? We know a bit about the sea, but we'll talk some more about that once you've learned to swim. There is also the sky, though that can get pretty complicated. The sea and the land, there's snow and rain and clouds, lightning. Up here there's storm clouds. This is our atmosphere. And then we're going into outer space. There's the moon, we spin around the sun, there's stars, constellations, other planets in the Milky Way. Okay, moving on. On our planet, there are people. One people is a person. You are a person, you have a body. You have a head, arms, belly, legs. In your head is your brain for thinking. a heart to pump your blood, lungs for breathing air, and bones to hold it all together. Look after it, as most bits don't grow back. Some bits do grow back, though, like nails and hair. The most important things for people to remember are to eat, drink, and stay warm. People come in many shapes, sizes, and colors. We may all look different, act different, and sound different, but don't be fooled. We are all people. There are animals too. They come in even more shapes, sizes, and colors. They can speak, though that's no reason not to be nice to them. Maybe the toucan can. You may not be able to speak yet either, even though your head is filled with questions. Be patient. You'll learn how to use words soon enough. Generally, how it works is that when the sun is out, it is daytime, and we do stuff. What's your favorite thing to do during the day? I like gardening. The rest of the time is night, when it is dark, save for the moon, and we sleep. Though sometimes we don't because there are little babies with hammers. Things can sometimes move slowly here on Earth. More often, though, they move quickly, so use your time well. It will be gone before you know it. Though we have come a long way, we haven't quite worked everything out, so there is plenty left for you to do. Hey, this was us earlier. You will figure lots of things out for yourself. Just remember to leave notes for everyone else. It looks big, Earth, but there are lots of us on here. 7 billion and counting. So be kind. There is enough for everyone. Well, that is planet Earth. Make sure you look after it, as it's all we've got. Now, if you need to know anything else, just ask. I won't be far away. And when I'm not around, you can always ask someone else. Because you're never alone here on Earth. The end. Thank you for reading with me today, scholars. What did you learn about our world? I learned that there's much, much, much more to learn and keep learning. So I guess we have to use our powers of observation and keep paying attention to the world around us. I hope you enjoyed our story, and if you did, please go ahead and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more literacy content. Until next time, happy reading.